Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? Well, here we come with already, wow, I'm surprised, Q's&A's 3.0. We already have, another array of 10 questions for Astral Projection. Quite amazing. Thank you guys for being so cooperative and for making this course better. So here I come with your next 10 questions, okay? So the first question, it's about recommendations as to what to do if one has aphantasia. I like to base all my classes in my own experience. I do not have aphantasia, quite the contrary. But however, I have done some research, I have spoken with some people, and the best recommendations I can give in terms of aphantasia, it's for you to pretty much focus on the same you are doing, because this is your natural way to recall things through emotions and through sensations. Someone with aphantasia cannot visualize, but they can recall the feelings and the sensations. Astral projection, it's all about feelings and sensations, and even for the normal folk, in astral projection it's easier to recall feelings than to recall actual happenings, actual imaginary, okay? Because there is much more feelings and much more emotion in the higher planes of existence than there are things, in quotes, okay? So in order to learn, okay, I believe that emptying your mind, not keeping any thoughts in your mind, is something that it will come easier, okay? The method is the same. For astral projection, you don't really have to visualize anything at all, specifically, okay? And especially if you get to astral project once, okay, you are to recall that feeling, the emotion out from astral projection. It is outstanding. So you can go ahead and you can make it happen in a way that you feel that as you recall the emotion, the sensation of astral projection is going to propel you forward. It's going to help you to project much faster and much easier, okay? So it doesn't really get on the way. The recall will be different, but since the astral is all about emotions, I don't feel that aphantasia is going to steal a lot from you. Unfortunately, it will steal a fragment of it, but it will not steal the whole thing, and the best bits, you still get them. And to learn astral projection, you can do with aphantasia, no problem. Okay? So, next question. How do I proceed with astral projection after a sleep paralysis with vibration? We have talked about this in the classes, okay? This is where you are going through your separation stage, okay? When you find yourself in vibration, you want to start to visualize one of the techniques. The easiest one, one I like the most, is to visualize yourself just floating and try to imagine in your mind's eye that you are going up and up like a balloon. Or you can visualize on the sensation, okay? In case precisely you have aphantasia, we have been talking about it recently. You want to visualize on the feeling, on the sensation of flowing every time more and more, okay? We have talked more about this, in terms of the separation techniques, okay? But when you are in this moment, it's the best moment to separate, okay? So, third question, you are asking here, can an individual astral project without intent? Absolutely! It can happen many ways. In fact, naturally, to every single person, an astral projection at least once nightly happens, and obviously all of those are spontaneous. But you can also experience those spontaneously, okay? Like wake up and find yourself in the astral plane, or like has happened to some, wake up and find yourself in a sleep paralysis, where you only would need to visualize yourself floating, and in the same split second, you are going to be floating, okay? So it is significant and it is important to go ahead with that. So indeed, you can astral project without any intention, especially if you are starting to work on astral projection and to work on lucid dreaming. You can indeed astral project without setting the intention, even from a lucid dream, okay? Even though it's harder without an intention. But you may wake up yourself from a dream, be in sleep paralysis, and then eject to the astral plane, going out of your body and having an astral projection experience, okay? So definitely, it is something that we are pre-wired for it. It comes natural to us. This is why I invite everyone to follow it, because it's not something, alien. It's something very human, okay? And it definitely will bring more in a way of finding great awareness and finding great joy when you get a surprise astral projection. Now, next one. Can sleep paralysis kill you? I'll be short with this one. No, it can't. Debunk all the myths about astral projection. Astral projection is safe. It will not kill you, nor harm you, nor traumatize you. So, moving on. You're asking me, if can someone with aphantasia do astral projection at all? As we have been talking about in a prayer question, yes. You guys can do astral projection. You have to approach with emotions and also feelings, but remember, we have been talking about in this course that the emotions, putting the heart, was the most important of all. In fact, it's the most important, and someone with aphantasia who cannot visualize nothing in the mind's eye, it definitely means that making the visualizations through emotions is going to be easier, and the fact that astral projection helps itself so much out of emotions is going to be great, because then you get to progress with these emotions, and you get to be able to have your lucid dreams, your astral travels, and your amazing experiences, okay, which is going to be quite positive. So, you're asking me, what happens when you cannot relax a specific part of the body? Okay, this can be sometimes a nonsense, okay, and the kicker here, okay, is to start to work on that part of the body out of the moment you're trying to relax, okay, like, it has to be a daily fight, okay. I had a period of time that I had one of my legs very itchy all the time. And not itchy in terms of scratching, but in terms of having to move it, okay? And it got to a point that I had to focus mentally every single time to not move the leg. And one good thing you can make this is to try to first of all visualize energy going to your leg for an instance to your arm, okay? And then you can imagine that arm is erasing, it's fading from your physical body. As the rest of your physical body is healed and relaxed, you want to pretend that this relaxation, this peace that you are feeling, you are bringing it to the part of the body that you are feeling the most, okay? This way it will make it more noticeable, and it will be a less of a burden for you to carry, okay? So, it is significant that if you visualize this part of the body being healed, being relaxed, you are going to get to a point that you are not feeling it at all in your body, or that it relaxed completely to a point that you don't feel it. But sometimes it can get on the way, especially with physical ailments, that there is a part of your body that you cannot cease to feel. And it's about practice, it's daily practice, trying every day to bring, a greater connection with this part of your body, and to also be able to shut down precisely your connection with this part of the body. Okay? So, next question. You are asking, I fall asleep very, very fast. What's the best way to project? Well, first of all, if you're trying to project at the time to fall asleep, not a good time. Awful time, the worst time. You want to do it in the middle of the night. That's the ideal time. If you manage to wake yourself up, maybe you can use a gentle alarm. You can induce a lucid dream or an astral travel quite easily, because you already are going to sleep very fast. So the wild technique, the induction technique to reach sleep paralysis can happen within seconds. So make sure you pay attention to the wild technique. If you are researching lucid dream, which I have a course about it, and here in Astral Projection, research, the pre-separation process, as you will be going into, definitely into trance for this, okay? So if you are doing this in the morning or even at night and you fall asleep very fast, it's going to be fantastic. But doing Astral Projection in the end of the night is not the best nor the most ideal way. You can induce a lucid dream if you want, but it won't be of high quality. And Astral Projection, you will actually return to your body quite fast. So it's something that you need to avoid, okay? And it's just for you to go in the early morning or mid-morning, and attempt Astral Projection with this way, because it nurtures and it benefits you greatly, okay? So, next question. You are asking if there is karma in the astral plane. Initially, it's very hard to make yourself some karma, but there are rules. It's not like a lucid dream that nothing matters. There are rules in a way of having respect to other beings of light, and information you are given to use it only for the highest good of your purposes. So if, as long as it's that, it's no karma. If you go without bad intentions, if you use it for manipulation, then definitely it is not something good, okay? So it feels to me that it is significant to tell you that, karma is something that you cannot build yourself in the dream world or in the astral world unless, you would push it too much to the edges of trying to hurt someone or trying to use information from the astral plane to gain certain advantage in the physical plane or to bring harm and negativity, okay? If you want to spy on someone, you shouldn't, and most likely you're not even going to see the person but a reflection of that person. But, you can go ahead and you can, it's very hard, but you could still get some degree of karma, or more than karma, to be kind of like registered as an unpolite soul, and like your energy is always all stranded, and kind of like it brings lack of flow for progress, okay? So it's good to not do anything negative in the astral plane, and if you are in a state of bliss and joy, you possibly are not going to do anything negative anyway, okay? So, next question, is it possible to record someone doing astral projection? Well, actually, I believe it is, but it's pretty much impossible. If you have a circle, a seance circle, a spiritual circle, there can be physical evidence of the spiritual presences, okay, from tics to raps, from table movement, and for even full embodied manifestation, And it feels to me that maybe someone doing astral projection won't be able to get embodied in that way, but they will be able to, to be recorded as they were there, okay? It feels to me that it was significant to share that indeed, astral travel, and getting recorded, it's something that possibly, it can do in a dark room, with one of those dark cameras, and, something probably can be seen. But most likely it will be something similar to those pictures that you can see about, serious spiritual circles, about ectoplasm, transfiguration, and other aspects, okay? But initially, this doesn't happen, in a way that it's easy, Another medium, though, can perceive someone doing astral projection, okay? Sort of picking up the energy of that person, especially if that person attempts to connect with the medium. That's a possibility for this to happen, okay? However, that's the only way, that it could be recorded. It's like going to the stream, but, technically it could be done, okay? And then last but not least, if you can time travel in the astral plane, this is something, that brings out of discussion, out of talking. And, I honestly haven't went never to the past, but I have read in countless books that you can indeed go to the past in astral projection. Yes, you won't be making any influence. You will be sort of an observant, sort of a read-only permission, okay? And it's symbolic in that sense, because it feels to me that you indeed, you can get to astral travel, but sometimes it can be a dream of astral travel and not be a lucid, not be an astral projection at all. But, time travel in the astral, to some extent, I believe that you can. But possibly the human consciousness, is not something ready to understand completely yet, okay? So this is why it's significant to go ahead and to realize that you indeed, can experience this, but it's not something for you to be focusing on, okay? You want to just look for other goals, but time traveling when you're well suited into astral projection is something that maybe you want to give it a try, okay? So, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the class. As you know, your questions are always welcome. So, until next class.